I'm here with Andrea and Simon. They're co-directors or co-filmmakers, actually, I should say, on this brilliant. I should really call it a feature documentary because it's nearly an hour long. It's almost a feature documentary.
It's almost, yeah.
Called Homebird. Congratulations. Welcome,
Thank you very
Simon.
much.
Andrea.
Thank you.
So I think, Andrea, you're going to give me the synopsis
Indeed.
of this film.
Yes, for sure. So the movie is Homebird. It's about 5 characters they're living in Nepal. We try to show Nepal, like the real Nepal, not only a Nepal which we know about hiking or trekking, because mostly if you hear the word,
I always think of Everest and
Everest. Everyone is thinking about Everest and hiking and Sherpas and all this.
Yeah.
But we try to cover more, like to get to the real Nepal. So our story is about 5 individuals. They don't know each other, and it's about a monk. It's about a shaman, a women activist, a Sherpa as well for sure, and a victim of the earthquake 2015. And we followed them for about 3 weeks each and tried to cover their life and what it is to live in Nepal in their view.
Would you mind me asking? I've had films entered from not from India, but they've been made in India, Nepal. Obviously, not the same subject matter. It's actually going to sound a bit of a patronising question, but I don't mean it to be. But this, a common thread I've come across often is, I wouldn't say a lot of these filmmakers are spiritual, but a lot of filmmakers that cover this area are, that's the wrong word, I think, but they have, spiritual is the closest I can,
I guess what you
know
mean
what I'm
is,
getting at
yeah, I guess what you mean is you gotta have some kind of interest in that kind of
existence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty different if you're traveling around Asia, for example, because of the Buddhism and Hinduism. You got to be open to that kind of stuff, and that's exactly what we did. And
I mean, I suppose are you is the question I'm asking.
We are interested in it. That because we wouldn't do a movie about it if we were not. And the thing is, we learned a lot of new things when we were in Nepal, and we especially me, I can only talk about myself. I didn't know a lot of stuff about the Buddhism and about the life in Asia, for example. So it was very, very new and I was very open to it, and I thought it was really interesting to see new aspects of the life there, and it's so different from our style. And I don't know. It was just cool. What I'd really like to know is, obviously you've been there before. Yeah.
And at what point, how many times have you been there before you thought, or did you go from the outset thinking, do you know what, this will make a really good film, or did it just sort of evolve?
Oh, the story itself.
Yeah.
So this is really rare because we've never been to Nepal before. It all started like my family. We have some workers, like we are working in gastronomy, or they are working in gastronomy, and every year we get a Nepalese co-worker there. So this is why I was interested in the culture, and I thought about why not making a documentary as filmmakers who never been there.
So hang on, you decided to make the film without even going to Nepal, and then you made it when you got to Nepal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because most
we try to prepare in
the best way.
The best way we could, and we tried to manage a lot of things in Germany just to try to do something. But in the end, when it comes to Asia, you just go over there, and then everything changes. So the film kind of evolved while being there, and we started getting new aspects of the people we wanted to know there, and that pretty much shifted why we were traveling. So it was, for us, it was a big adventure because we actually didn't know what's going to happen. Like every day we tried to manage it, but then it came different, but we sorted the situation out, and we just went forward straight the 3 months, and at the end the film came out, and the craziest part then happened.
That is the craziest part. Really.
Well, it's one of the craziest parts, sure.
Yeah, because because it's turned out really well. I have to say I've seen it, and that's a real shocker, because you won't be surprised to learn that, you know this already, most documentary makers do a heck of a lot of research.
I mean, there was a lot of research as
there
well.
Still was.
A lot of calling.
But on the ground, I mean, a lot of them, they may visit a place.
There was nothing.
Yeah. Oh my God. So well done for So at any point where you're like, we're going to do this, but we've done loads of research, but shit, we haven't actually been to Nepal yet. Or did you think, sorry, we're just going to do this?
Yeah,
I guess.
Wow.
Thing is, like, I knew Asia before I was traveling a
Right,
lot in the
okay.
Asian part,
Yeah.
but Nepal is really different than
It is.
maybe it's similar to India, but I've never been to India. But so we thought, okay, we knew we are young, we can handle this, we're spontaneous, and we really want to do this little concept we wrote down before. So we just thought, okay, let's go there and see what happens. We had one contact man there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so it involved on the ground.
But actually, we kind of struggled when we were there.
We were struggling.
That was the time. Sometimes we thought, okay, this is a big adventure and it's going kind of as we planned. But at some points we got stuck in a place, and we had a lot of troubles while actually doing the film. The borders closed in Nepal, so India closed the borders, and we had to.
Because there's a lot.
There was a lot of
India,
going on after
yeah.
the earthquake. People, the situation was unstable. There was a lot of people fighting in the country, and so we came in a time where everyone and everything was just going crazy. So we paid, for example, we had to drive to some places, and we had a Jeep, and we had to pay like, I think, €5 for a liter of benzene, of oil.
Really
So that was super expensive. Yeah, and how can you plan these things? So at some point we really were in the place.
Sorry, €5 for a litre?
For a litre, yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like the amount
That's crazy.
of family needs for 1 week in Nepal.
And
Right.
It's crazy timing.
yeah. So these were the points where we sometimes stood there and just were what are we actually doing here? This is crazy, and a lot of things happened on while we were traveling, and but we never lost sight of the film, and it was just such a big adventure for us that we just kept going and tried to end it, and that's what we did.
I mean, I know you're trying to, obviously, like every filmmaker, particularly documentary filmmakers, you're always trying to portray something. I mean, the grandeur in essence with Nepal, and obviously that's captured on film, but it's not quite the same as living it, is it?
No.
I think there's a great line in Good Will Hunting when he says, you've read all these books and you know all about art, but you've never actually experienced the Sistine Chapel. You've never actually stood under and smelt the paint and all that. So the question I guess I'm asking is, which is the litmus test, would you go back again?
For sure.
Right,
For sure
okay.
we will go back
Not
again.
even to make a film, I mean just to visit.
That's the thing. We said, like, I don't know, Simon has been back there.
Right.
But
Just
for
came.
my case, I will go back there, but not with a camera. Because what happened during the 3 months is we experienced Nepal, like, and the people, and we lived with those really poor people as well in their house and everything. But we always had.
Did it
this
change
view.
you?
For sure.
Of course.
You know, because it must. Sorry, I'll interrupt him, but to see, we're all part of this, trapped in this commercialism, capitalism. We're all part of it, even if we're liberals or left wing. The fact is that we're all seduced by it, aren't we? Yeah. But I wonder what it's. I'm not experienced this. I wonder what it's like too, because we all like the cars, the watches, and all that sort of stuff. Even whether it's a lesser or grander scale, we're all kind of sucked into it. But I suppose when you see that level of what we would call inverted commas poverty, it may not be poverty to them. I don't know. It's a different. It's a different level of existence.
Yeah.
But what does it make you think? Does it I guess it humbles you, makes you think, Christ, do I really need all this shit? Or I don't know. What do you think?
It was a struggle, really, especially for the women chapter. In my case, as me as a woman, as a free woman. But what can I say? It's. I saw the people. I learned to see the people as fighters. They're really fighting for freedom, for knowledge, for information. But in the same place, they're used to go on to live their living because there's no other chance. They just work. They just do this. And they don't have these problems we have, like what kind of new watch, a new car I want.
I can't get a signal on my phone and the usual crap.
Yes, they don't have that. So on the one hand, it's much freer. Their problems, they are really mature, like not a new car.
Yeah, like survival problems, I guess,
yes,
literally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where can I get my food for my family, or drinking water, or do not get, I don't know, like diseases and whatever. So that their way of living is really focused on living and not like material stuff or whatever. So that's what changed us as well.
You don't get distracted so fast, I think. And what you said, obviously you at the end, I was pretty humble what we have here, and what our Western materials are, and where we live. That's so different.
We've all been sucked into this.
Yeah, of course. And at the time there, but Angie said a really important thing, that because you asked before if we would go back to Nepal again, and she said you're not going to go there with just without a camera, and that's pretty a key point, I think, because if you watch in any country or any documentary, I think that the country through your lens and through your camera, it's so different. You actually don't experience the travel as it happens. Of course, you get the time free when you don't shoot, and you soak it in and you live there. But it's really, it gives you kind of a distance when you shoot through the lens, because for me, it does. You have this huge gap between you and the people you shoot, and that makes the whole experience so different. And if I would go there without a camera, I can really enjoy being there and
just just
enjoy the way they live, and be more humble. But it definitely changes you if you shoot in a poor country. It changes you in many ways, in many good ways actually, because you see people living with far less than you do, and that's for us. It's kind of weird, because it's interesting in the same way that they are so different from you, but then at the same time you feel very sorry for them. So for me, the feelings are always shifting from one side to the other side. So at one point it's super interesting and I want to shoot it, and at the same time I'm thinking like, oh, should I shoot it? That's pretty. The moral is like, am I on the right side here?
Yeah,
you know.
Dichotomy, I suppose, is quite difficult.
Yeah.
And the essence of what you shot, are you happy with it? And also, is there stuff that you didn't shoot that you wish you had?
Yeah, for sure.
I think there's
missing.
I think there's one big thing which we both always say what we should have shot most of the time is the journey itself.
Yeah.
Because
literally from the airport.
We would have need someone who filmed us making the movie, because it was like a huge, I don't know, it was just a huge chaos going on there. It was but funny. Yeah. We would have made a really good.
Yeah, we kind of had every up and down, and that will be such a film. I don't know. We experienced so many things. We drove over a dog, and we
killed the dog.
We killed not we, but our driver.
All
then
documentaries, you got those stories behind the lens.
Kind of. But that's the thing where we said like we kind of should have shot what we were traveling through, and not what we had in front of our lens, because we should have just turned the camera on us. That would be it would be a whole nother film, but actually I don't know, it would have been a fun and dramatic film as well. We came by I don't know, bus which was burning and all that kind of stuff. So there was a lot of happening.
There's a documentary. You've seen Apocalypse Now, because I don't know if you've seen Heart of Darkness, which is a documentary about making it. Which is better than the film's brilliant, but that to me is more interesting, because it's all the trials and tribulations that Capote went through. I mean, Martin Sheen having a heart attack and they couldn't get the helicopter and all that sort of shit. And you think that's actually more interesting than the film, even though the film's amazing.
It would be interesting in this project, because our movie is really kind of dramatic and really it focuses on the real living of Nepal. But what we experienced while shooting was just, comedian kind of, and also dramatic, but mostly it was like just being in the situation thinking, why is this happening here again? Why does it make everything so difficult? But I think it's Nepal or Asia. You cannot calculate what's gonna happen. You also cannot make any appointments. People are not used to appointments there.
And I suppose in a way, you're kind of a guerrilla filmmaker in terms of you're just rocking up. I know you said you had a contact, but even so, I kind of get the impression that you're just rocking up and you're just saying, "How can we film? You're making a film about this, that, and the other," and it's kind of ad hoc almost, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, you're jumping from one place to another place and going really guerrilla style. I think that, but that's exciting. For me, example, I think that's very interesting. If I'm in a studio and shooting my normal commercial stuff and like that, then I'm reminding myself how cool it is to be out there and shooting stuff
Yeah,
with Angie and with other people, and just living like on the edge. So that's much more interesting.
So you just alluded. So you in your studio. So I'm assuming, I haven't looked at your resumes, but I'm assuming that you must have done other films before.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but if you're making a film on this scale, and you already know you're going to be away for 3 months, how do you plan? Well, I assume you own your own company, you've got the power to do that, but I don't know. And if not, if you're a director for hire, you've got to put all the other projects on hold, haven't you? So there's no money coming in as such, I guess. I suppose what I'm trying to get at is the logistics of creating this, you see.
Oh, you got to ask her about the logistics. She
you know what,
managed
women
it all.
are always better than men.
Because I am absolutely. If you would give me the money, we wouldn't have gone to Nepal at all. I would have lost it like 2 hours on the street. So just ask her.
My wife is at home packing suitcases. If I'm joking, I'm seriously. She's at home packing suitcases for us to go on holiday. Mine's done, but all the other stuff is just Jackie, get on with it. So I'm in at the airport on Sunday. She's just packing everything. So she's good.
We're kind of the same. I can relate, man.
Yeah, she's good. So how did you two get into this? I mean, have you worked together for a long time?
No, not at all. Basically, we met. Like I met Simon on the university. Like I did University of Filmmaking in Munich.
Yeah.
And Simon was already like
I was 1 year ahead or something.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But on his final project, I got to know him, and we were doing the lighting.
The lighting.
Yeah. It was just, but it was kind of a scripted movie. You were
so bad.
Yeah, doesn't really like it, but I was
one
like,
of my worst films. Never gonna show it to anyone.
Around and whatever. So, but for my final project, I had this idea of Nepal in my head, and I really, really badly wanted to do it. And I was searching someone who really wanted to go on this adventure with me. And then I thought of Simon.
But you thought, this poor mug.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe the lightning guy.
I raised my hand like, hi, it's me. Want to join?
But it was the best choice, really, because you need someone who is really spontaneous and not scared of like having a lack of sleep and energy and stuff, because you never know what's going to happen. And so to raise money for the project, for the cameras, and
how did you do that?
With Kickstarter.
It really, because this. Also, I don't want to know about the money, but all I'd like to know is how difficult it was to raise the funds.
It was super difficult.
It was hard, because actually we did it when we were in Nepal.
Yeah.
So we
you didn't do it.
So that was I told you about the big adventure.
Seriously.
We did it half of the time. We didn't have internet there, so we had to keep people posted and then stuff posted. And it was Angie did a great job in that, because she met, I don't know, every single minute when we were out, and she had spare time, she went to the internet cafe and went in there and went on Kickstarter and put all the things on there, and it was a real struggle, but at the end we managed it. And of course we also put some of our own money in there.
Those credit cards have been maxed.
Zip it.
Does the end justify the means? Is the finished article what you wanted it to be?
Yeah.
Or should I put it another way, all the effort you put into it, is it what you hoped for and more, or is it, what's your feeling?
It is. I think we at the end there's a great product and a great film for us, and it has a lot of meaning for us. Of course, I can only speak for me as well. But for Angie as well, we both have a really high expectations of our film, of what we do.
I think all filmmakers do.
Yeah.
I think if you don't, you're in the wrong industry.
I know, if you don't have that, and so you're at the end of the film, you do it and you're kind of happy, but then you think of all the things you did wrong, all the things you could do better, and thinking of the next film. So I think it's a constant flow of moving on with what you're doing, and I think we did a good job, and we're pretty happy we came out. So, but we have bigger things we want to do.
So is it? Sorry, carry on, Andrew.
Yeah. Well, basically, because we were just the two of us,
we
covered all the fields for working, what you actually need for a movie. It's like for researching, for marketing, for finances, cameras, editing.
Yeah, hence the reason asking why you both shot. It's obvious now, isn't it?
Yeah. But we figured out, like, now when I think back, we learned so much about everything. We learned because we needed to work on every single field, every single way we need to finish this movie. If we would do it again, we often talk about it, we need more people. Yeah. Because otherwise it's just killing you.
I think...
I know what you mean. I mean, sorry, often filmmakers say to me, I asked the question, you know, they might have been, this, I'll use a narrative feature as an example. Let's just say that they were the director, writer, editor, and sound guy. And that they will all say, all of them will tell you, oh God, I wish I had someone to do the sound. As an example. That's always a big, I know it's different because you're out in the field, you know, I know it's different, but even so, I get that because you're juggling, you're spinning the plates, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. I think, but in the same place, it's really interesting and different to do a film just with two people. Of course, in the end, we did it with Bernhard, our sound guy, and he did an exceptional job with the music. But while we were shooting, when you're just a team of two, you have to depend on the other one 100% all the time. And you have to, not only that, if you work together, but you have the private time together as well. So you got to manage that as well. So that's the different part. If you're a big group of filmmakers and you're doing a film and you're on set, you always have your spare time, and then you go to, I don't know, you have your friends and all the people around you, and you can go to different people. So that's kind of, you can, if there's a tricky situation, you can go out. You have a way out. But with only two people, you're stuck. You have to go. We actually had points where we were standing on a field in Nepal, like on a, I don't know what they planted there, some bones or something, and we were fighting, and we were saying like, we're gonna end this now.
So did you? I was going to say, was there? I don't mean to pry, but people are people, and everyone has their different ways. Was there? Did you have many disagreements?
Yeah.
We had. Because we had.
Don't worry, the bloke's always right. No, but there must have been. There must have been disagreements, of course.
We had.
It is because we were basically being together 24 hours, also sleeping in the same tiny space and sharing a room, and then also this project in our, like, the whole time it was all about the project. But also Nepal is a really rough country, so it's lack of sleep, and you're tired and you're hungry, and everything is going together. So we once lost our
it's inevitable.
But we came back together, and then we just started again, and that's a good part. What's cool, and what I think it's really nice to shoot with Angie in particular, and with just two people, is that even if you have the problems and if you fight at some point, we always managed to come back together, and we pulled us together and pulled through the film, and it gives you a very special trust between each other, and that developed. I think our friendship got on, and we went on with that, and just it got better and deeper, and that's pretty nice, because you don't always have that. Of course, if you're in the industry, you always have the people around you, and it's kind of your family while you're on set. But to have this really deep connection with someone and really trusting someone, you got to do this. That's pretty special, I think, and we have that, and that's pretty nice.
Who's the best cinematographer?
The best
from us?
You two,
he's my teacher, basically.
Because I know, obviously, you know which part of the film you've made and which part of the film's been edited in the same with you. So it's quite interesting when you put it together and you go, okay, we'll use this part and that part, and you see them melded together. But I wonder, do you actually have different, because everyone has a style of doing things, do you have a different kind of style, or is it similar?
Different kind of style. I think we, for sure, like as I said, Simon is, what I need to say is, like, in this whole project, Simon is for me the main cinematographer, because you have obviously much more much more years and experience.
Enough already.
And everything.
I'm going red.
I really need to say, Simon, he taught me a lot of filmmaking and everything.
Well, that's just the filmmaking. You taught me the other stuff, and like producing and all that stuff. So I think it's good that we had these two roles. I'm more the cinematographer and try to make the style and complete, and she did everything else around to get me the freedom of creativity. So
that's what we had.
That's actually what we did.
The first key problems in the first few weeks was that we figured out where is our working place? What am I doing? Because we were shooting similarity and all this kind of stuff until we figured out, okay,
do we actually need that,
Yeah, do we
for
need
example?
that? So
or
one needs to focus really on the
Yeah.
on the filming, and one needs to focus really on the organization. Otherwise, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, and over time it got better and better and better.
Yeah,
And then-
everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's next?
What's next? There's
After this?
Well, actually, I've just came from Nepal again.
Oh,
So-
I know you there. So
yeah,
were you filming there then?
Where I was doing another documentary there, yeah, and this documentary coming in March. That's the big movie which we're working at the moment right now, and I don't know what's coming after that. The future's gonna tell us.
But you're going to carry on working together, I guess.
We wish to continue like
Yeah.
projects like this, but
Yeah.
as we spend so much money, like private money as well, on this project, we said, okay, we need to find another way
Yeah.
to maybe have money before we start
Yeah.
projects like this. It's an experience and it's wonderful, but right now it's like, okay, trying to figure out how we maybe in the future can do something like this again.
It's expensive filmmaking, I'm afraid.
It is, and you put yourself at some risk if you continue to do it on yourself, and even with Kickstarter and stuff. But I think, like we all know, you have to get sponsors, you have to get people who support your film, because other than that, you do it once and then you're broke. So you know,
What happened?
so that's what's happening now. But I think there are coming bigger things.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. That was it.
Thank you very much.
That was wonderful.
Thank
Yeah,
you very
it was
much.
really interesting.